Hi, I'm Chris Wardlaw for CarGurus, and like many of you, I absolutely adore that car behind me, which is the 2016 Volkswagen Golf GTI. Now, why is that? Well, aside from the fact that it is an affordable performance icon that is sheer pleasure to drive, it blends athleticism, refinement, comfort, practicality, safety, technology, and value in a manner that's pretty much unmatched by most other vehicles. Okay, enough chit-chat. I've got the key to a GTI in my hand, and that means that if I'm not sleeping and I'm not eating, then I should be driving. So that you understand my enthusiasm for this special car, let me set the stage. My test vehicle is loaded with everything Volkswagen offers on this car. That means it's got Autobahn trim and the performance package and dynamic chassis control. It's got the direct shift gearbox, it's got the lighting package, it's got a driver assistance package, and the price tag is a staggering $36,840. Now that's more than 10 grand higher than a base GTI. It's even more than the base price of a Ford Focus RS. But I love it anyway. Driving the Volkswagen Golf GTI is akin to attending the University of Torque. For people who've always focused on horsepower, you're missing an important part of the driving enjoyment equation. Torque is related to that feeling of thrust that's produced by the engine, the sensation that you're being pushed back into your seat while the car seemingly rockets forward. So if horsepower is the cake, torque is the thick layer of yummy, creamy frosting. Now, this car has got a turbocharged 2-liter 4-cylinder engine, and with the performance package, it's generating 220 horsepower. That taken by itself is a pretty unimpressive number. Again, what's important here is torque, 258 pound-feet of it. And that peak torque arrives at just 1,500 RPM and is essentially available all the way to where peak horsepower kicks in at 4,700 RPM. So while the GTI's numbers may seem unimpressive when they're taken out of context, how the engine makes its power is unbelievably satisfying. Every GTI comes standard with Volkswagen's XDS cross differential system. Basically what this is it's an electronic brake-based technology that is designed to reduce understeer. Understeer refers to the tendency for the front wheels of a front-wheel drive car to kind of run wide in a corner if you're really hustling through a turn. Now my test car also has the performance package, which in addition to adding 10 horsepower, it gives the car a torque sensing limited slip front differential. And what that does is it further improves the handling, incrementally so. Now Volkswagen likes to brag that on the Nürburgring, it actually improves the GTI's lap time by 8 seconds. But when you think about how long it takes to get around the Nürburgring in the first place, maybe you think maybe that's not such a big deal. Now on top of this, my test GTI has the optional dynamic chassis control adaptive suspension, which gives you a choice between comfort, normal, and sport settings. Now when you combine these features with a direct shift gearbox automated manual transmission with a sport mode and paddle shifters, as well as a set of super sticky 225/40 Bridgestone Potenza summer performance tires, and it's utterly remarkable how fast you can drive a GTI down a canyon road. Beyond the car's mechanical hardware, it's how Volkswagen tunes the Golf GTI and how the car is designed around the driver that makes it something truly special. The driving position is utter perfection, and the deeply bolstered seats really do a fantastic job of holding you in place when you're taking corners with more speed than might be prudent. Instrumentation is clean, it's legible, it's easy to reference with just a glance. The steering is fast and sharp. It basically turns the GTI into a guided missile. The brakes, which are a little bit grabby around town, prove absolutely perfect when you're running hard down a favorite back road. And under hard acceleration, the exhaust burps when the transmission upshifts, creating this satisfying oral confirmation that you are indeed hauling ass. Now obviously the GTI exists for driving enjoyment, but it also has a fair degree of practicality. I mean, how could it not, given the 5-door hatchback body style? For example, adults will fit in the back seat. It is a snug fit, and there's not a lot of room here for knees and shins, but trust me, once you start whipping this car around corners, anybody riding in the back seat is going to feel really glad that they are snug and secure and braced back here. Now to access the cargo area, Volkswagen deftly integrates the release right with the Volkswagen badge. When you open this up, supposedly there's 22.8 cubic feet of cargo space here. Now frankly, I don't see it. I mean, that's a bigger number than a Ford Taurus with its big old butt. And as you can see, I've got a full-size suitcase in here and it's taking up most of the useful area. But if you remove this, and you remove that, and you take this cargo cover off, and then you stacked things to the roof and all the way to the seat backs, maybe there's 22.8 cubic feet there, but I gotta be honest with you, I really don't see it. Now, if you go ahead and you fold these rear seats down, Volkswagen says you've got over 52 cubic feet, and that's a good cube-sized area. It's perfect for your next IKEA run. Volkswagen makes two big changes to the GTI for the 2016 model year. The first is the installation of this new infotainment system. It's got a 6.5-inch capacitive touch display screen. It's got useful buttons for volume and tuning, and it's got big buttons on either side for accessing your main menus. Now, highlights of the system include smartphone projection technology. As you can see, Apple CarPlay is up on the screen right now. It also has a couple of USB ports, SD card slots, CarNet subscription services, and App Connect connectivity with text messaging support and so much more. All of this is stuff you should not be using because you're going to be driving this car like a bat out of hell and you're going to be needing to concentrate on the road ahead. The second change this year is the addition of new safety equipment. Now, I hope you don't ever need it, but in a car that encourages risky behavior like this one does, you're probably going to be happy that you've got it. Automatic post-collision braking is standard this year, and basically what that system does is it brings the car to a stop just as soon as is possible after a first impact. The idea is that after the car's airbags have deployed and after the structure has absorbed that initial impact, it gets the car stopped before any secondary collisions can occur. Now, speaking of structural safety, the GTI gets a top safety pick rating from the Insurance Institute for Highway Safety and a 5-star crash test rating from the federal government. Now, additionally, this year the CarNet subscription services system supplies automatic collision notification as well as something called a Family Guardian function. So let's say you bought your kid a GTI. Now, I strongly discourage that, but hey, that's your call. Family Guardian will send you, the parent, a text message every time the car exceeds a specific speed or travels beyond a specific boundary. Buy one of these cars for a teenager and, well, you can expect to get lots of text messages from your car. Now finally, there's a new driver assistance package available. It includes adaptive cruise control, lane departure warning with lane assist, and a blind spot monitoring system with rear cross traffic alert. What's most important about this upgrade though is that it includes a forward collision warning system with automatic emergency braking. As some of you have so thoughtfully pointed out in the past, I'm an old guy. Indeed, I'm closing in on 50, and while I'm not nearly as bald as my younger brother, things are getting a bit thin up here on top. This more than anything makes me think that maybe driving my beloved Miata could prove increasingly hazardous to my health. After all, who drives a Miata with the top up? That completely misses the point, and frankly, I'm not a big fan of hats. I am a big fan of small, light, fun-to-drive cars. So, if I were to replace the Miata with a new set of wheels, Volkswagen GTI sits near the top of my candidate list. It does everything I want it to in terms of performance, and it does everything I need it to in terms of utility. Plus, it is safe enough and just roomy enough for my family. I guess that what I'm trying to say is that it doesn't get much better than a GTI for all-around bang for the buck. Be sure to check out my full review of the GTI on CarGurus.com. And if you found this review helpful, please share this video and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Thanks for watching too. Now, if you'll excuse me, I've got some driving to do. When you combine all of these features with the direct shift gearbox, whoa. Good thing there was nobody coming there. You feeling all right?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.